What's up everybody, my name is Tonny and I'm here with another Warframe guided video, and in this video we will be looking at the prime laser rifle. Before we get into the builds, I'm going to show you guys one thing about the build that is required, or the mod that is required for these builds here, or one of my builds, or two of them maybe. So the first thing is that I have the warrior mod here for attacking, of course, but then the second thing here is that I have Fired Up. Now this basically is a must-have for the prime laser rifle if you want to get some kills. But if you guys are just going to use the prime laser rifle for debuffing or just for utility, such as Vigilante mods or anything with debuffing enemies, then yeah, you don't need this. But if you guys are going to be killing stuff, you definitely need Fired Up. And the way this works is that it basically but it basically gives that extra 60% heat damage over time when you keep firing. So basically, the more you fire, the more damage you do. It's all this stuff. You guys could look it up on the wiki. It's pretty hard to explain this, but basically all it does is that it's extra damage. Basically, I'm gonna say it's extra damage, but not additive like what do you call it, like any other heat mods out there. So it's not really additive. Okay, so let's go straight into the builds though. So the first build I have here would be the Riven version, and that is the 53 to fire rate, 83 to projectile speed, and 119.7 to puncture, which is great because this weapon likes puncture, and puncture is great against armored. So this weapon can kill infested and grineers, mainly infested because they're a lot weaker. But when it comes to grineers, I think the lancers are the only ones you can probably kill fast enough. Well, not fast enough, but decently okay fast enough. But when it comes to like lower levels, obviously this will one-shot them or two-shot them maybe. Level 170s, I'm afraid won't do that well. I would say level 100s would do well, but level 170s, no, they won't do that well. Heavy gunner is definitely not really worth using against, but again, prime laser rifle is more of a utility weapon. But if you have this type of setup, you guys can kill with this weapon. So I'm gonna show you guys the other two builds later. First, let's take a look at this build. First off, we have the hunting munitions for the slash procs. Definitely a must-have if you guys want to kill. Now, if you guys don't have a Riven, you guys can replace this with prime shred. Definitely recommend, or heavy caliber. Definitely recommend for extra damage. Don't put in bladed rounds or argon scope because this does not, or the Sentinel does not really aim down the sight, right? I believe it doesn't. I don't see any difference. So again, don't put bladed rounds or the argon scope. Just put in the prime shred or heavy caliber, or maybe prime cryo rounds if you guys want. If you guys are gonna be doing stuff like that. But just for those that don't have a Riven though. If you guys do have a Riven, the stats will be pretty much similar to this, or anything against grineers. Damage against grineers is pretty good. Obviously, the Bane of Infested, or Bane of Grineers, or whatever you want to call them, Bane of Corpus, whatever, you guys can put these on there. But of course, it's up to you guys. Usually when it comes to my Warframe guide builds, I don't really put those mods in there, because just in case people don't want to swap out the mods constantly, so more of an all-around build here. So let's go straight into the mods again. So thermite rounds for status chance, split chamber, you guys need that. Wildfire for the magazine size, as well as the heat damage for the base, which is pretty good. You guys can replace this with whatever you guys want, really. 100 track if you guys want more status duration, so that you can do more damage against the enemies affected by sludge if you guys want to. Otherwise, Wildfire is also a great alternative here. Hellfire maybe if you guys want, it's up to you. Serration, prime fast hands for the fast reload speed. At 1.2 is a pretty long reload speed, so prime fast hand makes it a lot faster, and you can fire a lot faster too. Vigilante armaments for the multi-shot, of course. So again, the Fired Up mod on the Sentinel is a must-have for this weapon if you guys want to kill or do some damage at least. So again, make sure you guys put that on your Sentinel, whatever Sentinel. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't even have to be Worm. It could be anything. On to the second build though. So this build is a utility build, pretty straightforward. You get the 4 status mod here, hammer shot for the status chance, forget the critical damage, just for the status chance itself. Rifle aptitude for the 90% status chance at 25.5%. This is a pretty good deal here. Prime shred for fast fire rate. You guys can replace this for fast hands if you guys want. Heavy caliber, prime cryo, serration if you guys want. You guys can do that as well. I'm gonna leave it as prime. I'm gonna leave it at fire rate because when it comes to shooting all 5 bullets, I want to make sure that's it's fast enough. Reload speed, of course, I can't really do that. Don't really. Well, maybe I can. Maybe I can. So, okay, again, so when it comes to this build, it's, straight up utility, not made for killing. Third build here, Serration, Vigilante armaments. So you got the 4 Vigilante mods. This is a Vigilante build basically. So these 4 mods creates a 20% chance for your primary weapon. This is more of a utility, but of course it does a little bit of damage with infected clip and high voltage split chambers. That way you could do a little bit of a debuff here. Only got room for 1 status, so you guys could replace corrosive or viral, blast, radiation, whatever you guys want. Doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of having all 4 Vigilante mods in this build here. That's what matters. So you do some orange to red crits on your primary weapons, which is great. So I'm gonna show you guys all 3 builds. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna show you all 3 builds on the damage. The first 2 I'm gonna show you guys only for like around 15 seconds of shooting, and then the last one I'm showing you guys only like 5 seconds or so, because obviously it's not made for damage, it's made for, you know, shooting stuff. So I can show you guys how the fire rate is and damage is. No arcanes, I believe, for the companions. I don't think there is such thing. We'll do this on the Era Lancers, since all the Lancers are the same, and we do it on level 170s. Now it's pretty hard to believe that this can somewhat decently kill them. I'm going to show you guys that it can. Or somewhat. I'm not going to sit here and just wait for it to get killed. I'm just going to show you the damage output here. Okay, it's moving on too much. Let's give it for like an extra 15 seconds or so. Again, it's not great. It's pretty decent. Even with Prime Shred, the reload speed is okay. It's like lowered a little bit. This guy's hiding. This guy's hiding too much. Alright, this guy's dead already. So that took about probably 30 seconds to kill it. That's not bad. Again, Prime Laser Rifle is not made for killing. But if you guys want to use it for killing, that's the build you guys want to get. Let's go for the second build, and this one's a little bit different. This one will be used for debuff. I'm not going to kill this enemy with this build. I'm just going to show you guys how much it procs the status, and then move on to the next build here. It's missing bullets. That's bad. Maybe it's because it's moving too much. So we got the viral, we got the radiation already, puncture already in. So definitely a lot slower than my first build, as you guys can see. Alright, let's go for 3 more seconds. Alright, so that's how much procs it does. It's not bad, utility based. Not made for killing. And the third build, I'm going to show you guys the Vigilante offense. I'm not going to use my gun to show off the red or orange crits because I'm using a Rubico. I don't want to change the stuff too much. So I'm just going to show you guys just how often it shoots, the proc chances as well, and that's it. Oh, he's right here. Okay. That's how fast it shoots. That's the proc chances there. Now you guys might wonder, why is it dying so quick? Well, don't forget that grineers are weak against corrosive, since I'm basically permanently taking out their armor, so that's why. Alright, so really fast recap on the builds that I have again. So this is a corrosive. Obviously you guys can swap it out for viral if you guys want, but this is corrosive here, viral right here with radiation. You guys can also swap out radiation and viral for different status, for like gas and magnetic, I think. I don't know, something different like that. I think it was corrosive and blast damage. I believe you guys can do that. So you guys could definitely do that if you guys want to. This one I only use heats, that's why. So you guys notice that mostly all three builds are kind of similar in terms of damage, but of course the second one's a little bit lower, or lower than the third one, and the third one's a lot lower than the first one. But it still does damage because of corrosive. The first one is all about just killing whatever. Again, I use this build on almost everything. I don't really swap out the mods at all. So if I'm fighting against Corpus, I just leave it as is. I don't really give a crap, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully this video, guys, helps you guys a little bit on the Prime Laser Rifle. It's not made for killing, but it can kill if you guys build it right. It took me a while to figure out how to make it strong enough to kill level 170 Lancers. Heavy Gunners, I don't recommend doing that against that much, so don't expect your Sentinel to win against a Heavy Gunner. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to support my channel. Until we meet again, you guys, peace out.